Breaking news, Governor Bentley has resigned and Lieutenant Governor Kay Ivey has been sworn in. More details ahead on Eagle Eye News at 7.
Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News. I'm Ken Ward.
And I'm Jasmine Lee.
Former Alabama Governor Robert Bentley resigned this evening after years of investigation and public scrutiny since it was discovered that he was having an inappropriate romantic relationship with one of his top aides.
Impeachment hearings began for the governor this morning just hours before the resignation.
The heads of all three branches of government in Alabama have been removed or suspended from their offices due to misconduct within the last year. Former Chief Justice Roy Moore was removed from the bench after ordering state judges to disrespect the U.S. Supreme Court's ruling on same-sex marriage. Mike Hubbard, former Speaker of the House of Representatives and the representative for the 79th District, which includes much of Lee County, was removed from office after being found guilty of violating state ethics laws.
Lieutenant Governor and the first Vice President of Auburn Student Government Association, Kay Ivey, has just been sworn in as governor tonight. For the latest updates, be sure to visit our new website, eagleeyeauburn.com. Our team is constantly updating the site with the latest in the story and the swearing of its soon-to-be governor, Kay Ivey.
An arrest has been made in the September 2016 burglary at a residence in the 400 block of North Ross Street.
Auburn police have arrested Christopher Granada Dury, 31, from Montgomery, charging him with burglary, 3rd degree, and theft of property, 3rd degree.
Dury stole jewelry, clothing, and over $500 from the residence, according to the victim of the crime.
Dury was taken into custody on Friday after he was released from the Montgomery County Detention Facility, where he was being held on unrelated charges. He was transported to Lee County Jail on a $4,500 bond.
Supreme Court nominee Neil Gorsuch was sworn in Monday morning, filling a 14-month vacancy left by Antonin Scalia's death in 2015.
Justice Anthony Kennedy administered the judicial oath in the White House Rose Garden, marking the first time a sitting judge has ever sworn in a former clerk to join him as a colleague on the High Court bench. 2
adults and an 8-year-old student were killed at a San Bernardino elementary school Monday.
The shooting at North Park Elementary School was a murder-suicide. Cedric Anderson entered his wife's special needs classroom and shot her dead. 2 students were nearby and Jonathan Martinez died. The other student is in critical condition.
Coming up, we'll check in with Katie Bay Hayford with entertainment to catch up with the newest buzz from the Chainsmokers, the Billboard Music nominees, and the latest entertainment right here in Auburn. For this week's entertainment, you're watching Eagle Eye TV on Channel 6.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
I hope that you've been able to learn a strong work ethic surrounded by character, integrity, perseverance, so that when your 1 second comes, you'll be prepared for it.
Chris Davis.
45, there goes Davis!
Your 1 second, our 1 second is now. And our lives have been guided by the principles of one of the greatest academic institutions in the country, Auburn University.
Hey guys, I'm Katie Bay Hayford and this is Eagle Eye Entertainment. The Chainsmokers are dominating musical playlists once again as their newest debut album, Memories Do Not Open, is taking the musical world by storm. Fans have already gotten a taste of the album with the previously released hit single Paris and Something Just Like This featuring Coldplay, and the most recently topping the charts is the hit single entitled The One. With tour dates already set and released, the question now is which Chainsmokers song will be the newest car karaoke jam? Staying in the music scene, the 2017 Billboard Music Awards nominations have been announced. This year, all eyes are on Drake and the Chainsmokers as they each received 22 nominations. While Drake competes for Top Artist, Top Male Artist, and Top Billboard 200 Artist, the Chainsmokers will also vie for Top Artist as well as Top Duo/Group and Top 100 Artists. Not far behind ranks 21 Pilots with 17 nominations, Rihanna with 14, The Weeknd with 13, and closing out the top 5, Beyoncé with 8 nominations. Viewers can also expect to be seeing artists such as Florida Georgia Line, Blake Shelton, Keith Urban, Chris Stapleton, and Jason Aldean competing for the top country artist title. The Billboard Music Awards will air on May 21st at 8 in the evening on ABC. For the full list of nominees, visit our website at www.eagleeyeauburn.com. A star within her family's reality show? Check. A style icon with her own lip kit? Check. The only thing missing? Her own reality show. Entertainment News announced Monday that Kylie Jenner will executive produce and star in her own reality show, Life of Kylie. The show will feature Kylie as she, quote, navigates her unique life as entrepreneur, fashion designer, author, television star, style icon, and CEO and founder of Kylie Cosmetics. The 8-episode docuseries will premiere this summer, likely after the season 13 finale of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. With last year's concert ending in a success, next Saturday, April 22nd, Jordan-Hare Stadium will again be transformed as a music venue as a handful of today's top country artists will be coming to perform at this year's Musics and Miracles Superfest. Sponsored by Chicken Salad Chick, the concert will feature Blake Shelton and Thomas Rhett, alongside Kelsey Ballerini, David Ray, and special guest Leonard Skinnard. Tickets are still available starting at $49, and the concert will begin promptly at 12 that afternoon. Beginning tomorrow evening, the Auburn Alumni Center will be hosting Sexual Assault Awareness Month via an open mic night. The event will include creative work of artists sharing poetry and other performances that will serve to promote sexual assault awareness. From there, this Wednesday, the Auburn University School of Forestry and Wildlife Sciences will be hosting a spring seminar series presenting University of Alberta Marty Luckert of the Forest and Natural Resource Economics and Policy in the Department of Resource Economics and Sociology's talk entitled Brilliance Without Choices and Choices Without Brilliance, Development and Adaptation. The seminar series will be held from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. and complimentary cookies and coffee will be served. The following spring seminar date will be held on April 19th. Auburn's Moment of Fame is closer than you think. The HBO comedy Animals is going on a college tour and wants to come to Auburn. On April 17th from 6:30 to 8 in the Student Center Ballroom, Auburn students will have the chance to watch a screened episode of the HBO comedy Animals. In addition, representatives from HBO will be flying down with show creators Phil Matures and Mike Lycian. Following the screening, the show creators will be hosting a talkback with the audience. For more entertainment news, be sure to follow us on Twitter at EagleEyeTV. Also, tune into The Scoop every Wednesday right here on Eagle Eye TV. Now let's send it back to Meredith Brito for a look at this week's weather. You're watching
Hi, I'm Meredith Brito, here with this week's weather. Today we start out in the lower 60s and we'll end around the upper 70s with 0% chance of precipitation. Now looking into the weekly weather, we're going to be in the upper 80s with partly cloudy and mostly sunny weather. And then looking more nationally, in Auburn and Houston, it's going to be in the upper 70s and lower 80s, and then it's going to be a little cooler up north. And then our local weather, it's going to be 83 and sunny in Montgomery, 81 and sunny in Auburn, and 82 and sunny in Columbus. Now let's head over to Auburn sports.
The Tigers begin their journey to a new season of football, softball continues to win, and baseball is tested on the road. I'm Casey Cooper, and this is Eagle Eye Sports. It's that time of year again. Fans get their taste of football to help last them to the fall. In case you haven't heard, Auburn football held its scrimmage game over the weekend, and the first teams impressed quite the crowd. The biggest question heading into the day, who will be the starting quarterback? Well, we did not get an answer from Coach Malzahn, which is no surprise, but some fans did have their favorites in mind.
Jarrett Stidham's got it in the bag.
Now I'm liking what I'm seeing from Jarrett and Malik.
I want the best. They both looking good.
What was answered, how each quarterback looks and can help the team.
You know, I thought he managed the offense well. You know, I thought that he protected the football. That's really where it starts, number one thing. White's done a great job in 7-on-7, hit a lot of vertical shots too right there. You know, I just think the first offense is playing pretty good right now, and I think our receivers are starting to take that next step. He's really, you know, doing some things that really have impressed, you know, Coach Lindsey, and I thought he managed the offense. You know, I think he took a sack or two today, but that's just from being young. But you know, overall, he's had a solid spring.
I think we have a very developed passing game, more than we have in the past. I think Jared or Sean's been practicing the whole time, so whichever one of those is back there is very good, and they're very capable of leading us to victory. So obviously we're going to be able to run the ball. That's what we do. That's what we pride ourselves on. But those guys have really came out this year and this spring and showed that, hey, if you pack the box, we'll be able to hurt you.
Looking forward to competing against them. You know, once fall camp gets here, and you know, dueling it out between us two, and you know, just really just pushing each other to get better.
The wide receiving corps also made a statement in the 8A game, impressing many of the coaches and teammates.
He's white lightning. He is white lightning, man. He's so quick, fast, and it's hard to put your hands on him. Big receivers, you can put your hands on them. You can bump them. You can get them rerouted. But with Will, he'll give you like a little wiggle and then squeeze past you, and he just got a little sneaky speed.
The defense looked ready to go for the fall.
Our defense, our first defense, has really taken a step forward, and they've been a handful. You know, overall, I would say, you know, the defense has probably got the best of the offense as far as overall spring, but you can tell that both groups are taking that step.
The blue team would win the game 37-13 over the white team. Football season begins September 2nd against Georgia Southern. Let the countdown begin. A top 25 SEC matchup in softball this week. Number 5 Auburn against number 21 Ole Miss. Auburn, defending home field, picked up another series win, winning 2 of its 3 games. Next on the schedule, Georgia State this Wednesday at 6 at Jane B. Moore Field. Auburn baseball has been handed a few L's this past week. The team came up short twice in its series against Texas A&M, which is just the beginning of a 9-game road stretch. So far this April, Auburn has gone 2-4. In March, the team only had 4 losses that entire month. Auburn travels to Birmingham Tuesday to meet with Samford and will then go to Knoxville for another series with the Volunteers. Auburn has a game against Kennesaw State before returning home on the 21st to host Arkansas. Auburn basketball held its banquet honoring the players on the team. Austin Wiley received the Courage Award. Jared Harper was honored for being named SEC Freshman of the Week twice last season. Danjel Purifoy received the Sonny Smith Outstanding Teammate Award and Free Throw Shooting Award, and the man who won MVP, Mustafa Heron, who also received the Community Service Award. The team went 18-14 last season, which was the first time Auburn has had a winning record since 2008 and 2009 season. The Tigers were also the only team in the country to have freshmen as its top leading scorers. The 2017 Masters has ended, and we have a new winner of the green jacket, Sergio Garcia. Garcia shot a -9 and won in a playoff, narrowly defeating Justin Rose to win his first major tournament. Garcia becomes the 3rd ever Spanish golfer to win the Masters. Want more sports updates throughout the week? We've got you covered. Just follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Eagle Eye TV and catch Tiger Tally every Monday and AU Nation every Tuesday. Up next, we'll send it back over to Ken and Jasmine for more in Auburn news. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Channel 6.
This is a place where it only takes a second to imagine your future. Grasp a new concept in class. Inspire a child's curiosity. Discover a real-world solution. Seize an unexpected opportunity.
There goes Davis!
This is where you gain the preparation, confidence, and determination to succeed. This is Auburn.
A gas fire broke out just outside of Jordan-Hare Stadium this morning around 10:45.
So one of the construction crews was doing some welding, and there's a lot of grass and some debris that was down there that built up, and then the wind was just happened to be blowing this way, so it's kind of a perfect storm. And it just blew the grass up. You know, that's fine. There was a lot of smoke and stuff just because it was dry grass. But we got here, put the water on it, and everything was taken care of.
And how was that timeline like?
We were probably here within a minute, so and then the fire was out, you know, completely within about 5 minutes. So.
So it just caught the surrounding.
No, right over there. That,
yeah, the surrounding area.
Yeah,
like,
just the
shrubbery.
grass.
And
No damage to the stadium. Yes, ma'am.
The fire was due to construction at the stadium. The Auburn Police Department was on the scene within minutes. No damage was reported at the stadium.
1982 graduate and Apple CEO Tim Cook visited Auburn's campus last week for a talk on inclusion and diversity. Eagle Eye TV caught up with Cook as he was exploring the campus event the day before the event.
It is. It's very strange. Most of the buildings that I had classes in are now leveled. There's new buildings, but this building over here, I had physics, nuclear physics, and chemistry, and it unfortunately is still the same. It was pretty bad at the time. I can imagine what it's like now. But everything else is fabulous.
Are you excited about speaking tomorrow?
Yeah. I'm always excited about talking to students. So I think it'll be fun, particularly here.
Yes, sir. What is your favorite memory of like when you were at Auburn? Do you have one?
I have so many. It was a great time for me. We got in lots of trouble and did lots of things, but mostly it's of the people here and it's sort of the spirit. There's no place quite like it. So it's great to be back.
Cook spoke fondly of Auburn at the event, saying Auburn's really not a place, it's a feeling and a spirit. And Cook ended the event the way only an Auburn graduate and tech executive could, a resounding War Eagle and a group selfie on his iPhone 7 Plus.
The Harvard College of Business held its groundbreaking ceremony for a new $40 million classroom building on Friday. Eagle Eye reporter Carter Gustin has more.
Now I'm standing here on the western side of Louder Hall in the corner of Magnolia and Donahue, where the new business building is expected to be placed. Today at the groundbreaking, all the speakers had a common theme that this building was for the students.
The thing to remember, this building is for the students. This building is absolutely 100% built for the students.
And this is a facility for the students, and I think it's so appropriate for Catherine and Raymond. This building is for the students.
Now, Mr. Harbert was in attendance today at the groundbreaking due to his $40 million contribution to the business school going towards this new building. He was greeted with an Auburn hard hat as well as a 2-scale cake model of the building. He spoke with Eagle Eye TV about the progress being made at the business school.
I'm incredibly impressed by how far we've come. We still have a ways to go, but it's been a tremendous success, particularly over here in the last 5 to 10 years.
Now, while a date for construction to begin was not given, Dr. Bill Hargrave did say that construction will begin in the next couple of months, as well as completion is slated for end of 2018. When completed, this building will house nearly 100 square footage of space for classrooms and students. For more information, please check out our website at eagleeyeauburn.com. Reporting for Eagle Eye TV, I'm Carter Gustin.
The new business building will be located at the corner of South Donahue Drive and West Magnolia Avenue. The building is expected to open in August 2018.
The Board of Trustees approved tuition increases last week for the 2017, 2018, and 2018-2019 school years. Tuition will increase by 3% at both Auburn and Auburn-Montgomery both years.
Auburn students will see in-state tuition and fees increase to $10,968 in fall 2017 and $11,276 in fall of 2018. Out-of-state tuition and fees will be $29,640 in fall of 2017 and $30,524 in fall of 2018.
The Mel Corridor in front of the new Mel Classroom building will be turning into a pedestrian-only concourse and plaza. The plaza will feature more seating with access to power outlets, a walk-up window to the Panera Bread that will be housed in the library, and places to park bicycles and food trucks.
The plaza is expected to be completed in December, and students will have access along Mel Street throughout the entire project.
After the break, we'll take a look at This Week in Auburn History. You're watching Eagle Eye TV on Channel 6.
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college.
This week, we're taking a look at the history of one of the most beloved Auburn traditions, the Auburn Creed.
And because Auburn men and women believe in these things, I believe in Auburn and love it. This is the last line of the Auburn Creed, which highlights the spirit and ideals of the university, including work ethic, education, honesty, fitness, lawfulness, compassion, and patriotism. George Petrie was a historian, college professor, and the coach of Auburn's first football team. He wrote the creed in November 1943 at age 77. The Plainsman then published the creed on January 21st, 1944. Since then, this has been a favorite tradition of many Auburn fans and students.
My favorite line of the creed is the third one. I believe in honesty and truthfulness, without which I cannot win the respect and confidence of my fellow men. And I really like that one because I think that it's sort of the foundation of relationship building, and I think the creed sort of informs building relationships with your fellow Auburn family.
The Auburn Creed is written on several different buildings around campus to remind students of the university values.
And for me, it's a way of living, and so it's a way that Auburn men and women are able to sort of just conduct themselves in daily life, so be that on campus or around the world somewhere. And so it's a way to really affect the people around you and kind of represent Auburn in a good way, represent yourself in a good way.
To celebrate the history and spirit of the Creed, the Student Government Association hosted their first Be the Creed Week this February. Each day was dedicated to a different line of the Auburn Creed, and a variety of organizations sponsored activities that corresponded with the theme.
It really is what it ties all us Auburn students together, because I think everyone would say they believe in it, and that's what makes you an Auburn man or woman.
Melissa Mitchell, Eagle Eye TV.
And we've got some tweets here about the Creed. Auburn SGA says, it's the Creed Week. Each day is dedicated to a different line of the Auburn Creed with activities and events so we can live the Creed. Auburn Tigers says, George Petrie's handwritten Auburn Creed from November 12, 1943. And one Twitter user says, y'all, it's the Creed Week, and if there's anything I love more than Auburn itself, it's the Auburn Creed. I'd have to agree with that.
Yes, and the Auburn Creed is just a great way and a great role model for how Auburn students need to live their lives, and it's a great thing that Auburn has a creed like that.
Absolutely, the Auburn family. That's all that we have for you tonight. Tune in after the show for a live look into the SGA Senate meeting, and keep up with all of the latest Auburn news throughout the week by following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Eagle Eye TV and checking out our website, eagleeyeauburn.com. I'm Jasmine Lee.
And I'm Ken Ward. Thank you for joining us, and War Eagle.